Right, how are we all, gentlemen? Right, listen, I have a little bit of a different video from my normal post. So I wanted to share it with you guys now. I was reached out by Matthew, the surveyor of works down at the Tower of London, and he invited me and the boys to go down and look behind the scenes and basically look at some of the work, the heritage work, the restoration work that's taking place at the minute, of past and plans for the future. Now, gentlemen, what an absolutely exciting day and what a wonderful memory I had. So I took a few recordings. Now I went to enjoy the day myself, so I didn't take too many recordings, but I did take little snippets, and I thought I'd post them for you guys to watch, share and enjoy as much as I did. So listen, God bless, thanks for watching and enjoy. Good, so one of my favourite places in London, and I'm going to share it with you. Now this place is neglected by thousands and thousands of commuters every day, but let me show you a little bit of knowledge. Right, and around about 500 when the Romans come in and invaded, right, they wanted to build a good fortress around the city of London, what they claimed. Now the city of London and London are two different places. Right, the city of London is a fortress. It's around about 1.7 to 2 miles long. It's a wall the Romans built as a fortress inside of London. So, this is the wall. All this stonework and brick is to believe to come from the other side of Kent. They found a quarry with good matches. So, it's absolutely amazing. So, this wall is thousands of years old, hundreds of years old. Thinking about it now, what happened was, up to about 14 foot high, you can see it there. You can see the different stonework detail. Now to a bricklayer or mason, you'd notice that straight away. Now what that is, in the medieval ages, around about 1200, the medieval decided to build up on top and create it right way through and continue the fortress. So that's a big difference there. So, touching the big stone and understand that man has built this at one stage, and more importantly, look at the mortar. It's got an aggregate in it, almost similar to like a sharp stone, bonding. Now it begs the idea and it begs the opinion. If we go back so long ago, how can this still be standing with all the regs today? Have we overkilled it today? Interesting.
Get out of the way, get out of the way. I might give it, do you?
Listen, this is where I get so excited. I can't even hold it back. I'm walking around because we're contractors, you know, and we're walking around the private bit, and I'm like, every bricklayer's dream, you know. And listen, I've come to this yeoman's house because we all know the yeomans live on site. The world's oldest guard, so basically in history, the oldest military guard there is. Right. So this yeoman had to move out a year ago because the building was meant to be moving, so they've come and done a bit of refurb work. Now they took the floor up upstairs to check the steels, and look what they found. What you call, Matthew just told me, a Tudor gun deck. So all this brick where I'm standing now has not been exposed until them times, and you can imagine the weight on here as well. They had a cannon, and they're moving the cannon around to protect the tower. Unbelievable, you know, just to feel the workmanship and to see what's gone in, and more importantly, the science behind it, the weight capacity. Because what they've done, you'll see me do my vaulted ceiling, the way we propped it up and shored it up, it's similar. You can see you've got two courses and they're doubling it up. So basically, the degree in every joint works. So the weight is spread. So you've got two weights here, you've got compression and tension working against each other. And it's amazing. What you call this architectural, back in them days where we didn't have computers to work at, it was all done by the mastermind. Good, so obviously when refurbing these yeoman's houses and restoring them, you've got to protect the original work, the heritage, so everything has to be battened off. It looks like they've got to batten it off about 100 mil off. And do you know what the surprising thing about? I'm looking now, and the batten doesn't look like it's screwed either. Oh yes it is, it's screwed into lugs. What they've done is they've worked lugs into the wall, because I was about to say, with such protective heritage work, you wouldn't be able to just randomly bolt batten to the work, so they put lugs in here and there. And this is the amazing thing, look at this brickwork I'm touching. This brickwork I'm touching, it's hundreds of years old. Look at this. Bracket, bracket. This would have been for the cannon. So when the cannon fires, it slows down. These hinges here would have been for the door, so it would have opened the door. And obviously you've got the recess here at the window, which is about 400. And the cannon would have fired. And as if you come here, you can see the view. Let's open her up. That's what we would have been shooting at. People trying to come in here would have been reloading. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. To feel them, to think the hands what I felt them before. Crazy. Good, so this Yeoman's house we're in a place called Mint Street. It's where they used to make the coins for about 25 years, Matt, was it? Yeah. They made the coins about 25 years before moving to modern times. So again, restoring, look at this. They've lifted up the floor and look what they've found. Absolutely crazy. So if you come along here, I reckon this was, looking at it, it's got to be some sort of mint to bypass fluid. It's got to have been. So I would say like a bath, but we wasn't into that like the old Romans, you know what I mean? But also look at the brickwork features there coming up. It's unbelievable. In fact, I can't resist. I shouldn't, it's wrong. It's so wrong. I'm going to put the angle. Unbelievable. It's a bit touchy in this. After all these years. And absolutely incredible. It goes right round to feel the masonry and to look. You can just imagine it now, can't you? A gang. Probably a 3-on-1 in here. Leonie running in and out with a bucket on his shoulder, having a little laugh. Obviously didn't have music them days, they probably sung to themselves, you know. And had a crack. But yeah, unbelievable. Hey look, and what was someone done there? Someone's propping up the floor joist there. They've stuck an LBC round the bottom. It's typical. Absolutely typical. But yeah, fantastic. So an architect called Anthony Salvin from the Victorian times was responsible for implying all this beautiful brickwork right the way round, and later on I'll walk you up the street where it continues. Now there's a few things I've spotted by there. I come here and have a look. Now these arches, these stone arches, are only implemented in this third of the street. As you walk around, it's just a continuation of absolutely craftsmanship of lovely brickwork. But what happened was, Anthony Salvin had a problem because 1850 they all had to go off to war. I think it was called what was the war called, man? Crimean War, that was it. And around about 1850 now, a lot of the bricklayers had to go, which meant a shortage. So then architecture changed to this. So the reason for the brickwork all of a sudden stopping and then changing to the masonry was because of the war, and the bricklayers had to go, and obviously the stonemason and bricklayers are two different complete trades. But I'll walk you around the brickwork in a moment and you can see the continuation of the work. Good, so just having an interesting conversation with Matthew. We're at Martin Tower, have a look. Now, it got affected in World War II, it got bombed. So you can see the brickwork coming in. The brickwork, the timber windows. Thinking it architecturally, why would you change that? Why would you not go like for like? And we were just talking about it, and I think the reason behind this, because the Martin Tower tells a story. It tells a story of being bombed and recovering, you know, and that brickwork itemises that story, and in a weird way I can see that, and to me It looks absolutely lovely. I wouldn't have went back in stone. I would have done the same thing, I think. In brickwork, it tells the story of this beautiful building that's been here hundreds of years, being affected by a major war. Yeah, definitely. Martin Tower. Martin Tower has a story to tell. So we're at the Allens building in the Tower of London, and this building, I'm just trying to research when it's actually built, but the earliest records I can find is around about 1850, 1855. Now, what infuriates me is this has had some restoration work done. Now, I want to show you guys. Now, I'm not in the business of slagging anyone off, you know, it's not about that, but there's a few people that need to be hung, drawn and quartered for this, as we say. Now, look at this. Look at the state of this corner. Look at that. How can one say that is acceptable? Now we're going to go around. And then come and look at this. Listen, people need to be held responsible for this, you know, not just, I'm not even going to call them a bricklayer or a pointer because it ain't, it's terrible, but supervision or the one who chose the contractor for this, because let me tell you, my son, you have definitely made a mark on this building, but it is not one you want to show your family. Terrible.